Hi, welcome to this Photoshop tutorial. I'm going to show you how you can convert your raw files to JPEGs in Photoshop CS2, CS3 and CS4. We're first going to start by going to File at the top left hand corner and click on it, scroll down to Scripts and across to Image Processor. Here's the image processor window. First of all, we're going to select the folder we're going to use the files to change. Here we are, and I want this folder here. Click OK and you'll see it's come up from my documents. If I were to click this box here, when I press run, it would come up in RAW and you could make the changes that you wanted to, and it would affect the batch operation. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save it in the same location, but you have the option of leaving it in any folder you wish to. I'm saving it as a JPEG. I've clicked there. You could alternatively save it as a PSD or a TIFF. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to just check the folder I've got this stored in. If I can just find it quickly. There we are. That's the folder. And you can see we've got about 28 shots here. I'm going to look at the last one. I'm going to make a note of the number. 9909. Get that out of the way for the time being. Now, the reason I've done that is because at the end of the process there's no message to tell you it's complete. You can go away and come back, and if you see nothing happening, you know it's complete. But if you want to keep an eye out, then we can check which number we're up to. When I click run, you'll find windows appear with the checkerboard Photoshop background. There's no image at all, but the process has actually started. So if I can quickly go to run, click on run, and the first one will come up in a few moments. I'm just going to first go through, then I'm going to pause and come back towards the end. There are had a couple go through. A little bit slow at times. There we are. Right, I'm going to skip this process and come back at the last few windows. Right, to just finish off the last couple of slides. 908, 909 is the last one. Almost there. That's it. That's the last image through, and so the process is now complete. To find out the effect we've had, I'm going to go back to Zoom Browser, and there we have it. There's our raw files still there, and down the bottom the converted raw JPEGs. They're always very handy to have if you want to email them or you want smaller files. So that's it, we've completed the process. If we were to go, there we are, look at it here, and we found that an extra folder has been made with JPEGs in the folder. That's now complete. The last thing I would say, this program accompanies my Canon digital camera. There is a process with the Canon digital SRRs where you can actually put it to record JPEGs and RAW files, but it takes a massive amount out of memory out of the card and reduces the number of photographs you can take. So that's not particularly advisable. It can be used, but I prefer this method. So I hope you found that useful. So thanks very much for viewing, and see you next time.